right, we've got some announcements, obviously. Bank of Canada coming in as far as where we're at with unemployment, and where our friend Peter Pumpkinhead, aka the best president ever, coming down to the U.S. with some more threats on tariffs. Is this going to be massive impact, or is it a big nothing sandwich? Let's take a look at this. As of course, mortgage broker reads the newspaper. We're going to show you some economic data. You're going to know better and be able to pass that on to your clients and friends and family and everyone at the water cooler. I'm James Lowen. Let's get my head shrinking and going on this economic update here as we take a look at this major announcement with the stronger jobs data likely to delay Bank of Canada cut. Oh my God, unemployment must be plummeting, right? Well, let's take a look at that. What's the big deal? Well, economists we expected that unemployment would hold at 7 or 7.1, right? Which would probably have led to a Bank of Canada reduction. What actually happened? What was the massive change? Unemployment went down by 0.1%. Wow, right? Not that big of a deal. And also, this is 0.1% decline after reaching a decade high. It was so easy. Near decade high last month. So we got 0.1% reduction from like the highest we've had in 10 years. That's what the big news is here. Okay, now what was the quality of jobs? Okay, that's the biggest question here. When we take a look at this, the unemployment is a measurement of all jobs. Now, was this full-time jobs? Was it part-time jobs? What industries or sectors? Let's take a look at the quality of the jobs. When we take a look here, 70,000 jobs, but most of these were in retail, and the biggest issue is that most of these were part-time. All right, so when we're taking a look at this one, and we're getting part-time jobs being the majority of that, is that really? I mean, you could probably ask yourself the question: if someone was to be let go of employment, who would be the first to be let go? Obviously, part-times before being full-time. So part-time positions with the bulk of it with an increase of 70,000 jobs. All right. So when we take a look at this as well, we talk a little bit, and I love Benjamin's analysis here. One blemish is, again, it's in part-time jobs. No matter how you slice it, it is better than expected, but is it really that great? 0.1% reduction of the highest unemployment we've had, with the majority of it being part-time jobs. And then we look at wholesale and retail and manufacturing. If we have Trump coming back with now more tariffs, we were in a shit sandwich at 25%. He's threatening 35%. What are the industries that are affected most by these? Retail, sales, and manufacturing are some of the biggest one because they're going to have tariffs on things like metals. And as we have increase on costs, retail sales plummet as we've had in the past. I like RBC especially put this, largely positive, though not enough to dispel the chill compared to that, especially with the tariff threats looming large. Okay. So labor markets are still substantially weaker than they were a year ago. All right. So, I'm always trepidatious when we see these headlines. We think, oh, this is incredible. This must be big news. When we look a little bit deeper, we see it's actually probably not as strong, as great as we thought it might be. And what am I talking about? If you're just hearing me say Trump and tariffs for the first time, well, we have this as of 3 days ago, because Trump is now vowing 35%. We had that big change Carney put in that we're going to join some of the European Union with putting in basically a tariff on tech, right? So to try to apply and receive income in Canada against major companies like Microsoft, Google, etc. That, of course, then got removed right afterwards. Trump's still, of course, a little pissed, and so he's coming back with this. So we're trying to really find an area or way that we can negotiate this, because any of these, jobs that just got put into place, if we get a 35%, I'm pretty much sure all of those will be wiped and then some. So lots to be seen. The expectation for July announcement from Bank of Canada as of now is that they'll hold constant. Really big condition onto this one. What will happen? Can we actually negotiate with our orange-faced friend to the U.S. something that's going to be a reasonable and amicable tariff agreement? If we can't, then we will probably see unemployment start skyrocketing, job losses happening, GDP going down, and then Bank of Canada will, I expect, step in as we come into the fall with more decreases. So now have yourself a fantastic week. Ciao for now.